Hello and welcome. I'm George Crump, lead analyst with Storage Switzerland. Today we're going to be continuing our test drive of the Gridstore Scale-out storage system. It's a NAS focused on the mid-range market, and so far in our test drive has performed very well. The Gridstore NAS is offered by Gridstore. You can go to their website right here, gridstore.com. In our last video, we were adding nodes to the system, and we can go here and you can see that those nodes have been added. So that's working very well. Now what we want to do is go ahead and expand our existing volumes as well as add a third volume. So for our first step, let's go ahead and add a third volume. So we come over to the Volumes tab here, select Create New Volume. We'll stay with our creative naming structure and call this Gridstore 3. And here we're going to want to add all the storage nodes to the storage pool. In the past, we've only had the 4 nodes available to us. Now we'll have 6 nodes available to us. So we'll go ahead and click Next. We'll take the defaults as far as the different settings. So here's a summary of what's going to happen. Here's our volume quota of 2.7 terabytes, and that we'll be able to maintain data protection for 1 failure out of our 6 total nodes. So then from there, the system goes through the process of creating the volume, commits it, and starts the volume up. So the volume has been activated, and as you can see behind this screen, it has popped up in our GUI. So we'll go ahead and connect to this volume as a client. We'll go ahead and call it drive W for now. And we're connected. And so if we go to our computer screen, you can see our third drive that we're connected to right there. We'll just create a folder real quick to show that we can write to it. And there we go. That quickly, new volume up and going that would be accessible to anybody that was using it. So our next step is to go ahead and expand an existing volume. So we'll go ahead and expand Gridstore 2 here. And as you can see here, we've only got 4 nodes attached to it. So we'll go ahead and expand the volume. We have 2 options to do that. We can use the expand volumes action over here, or we can right click on the volume and select expand. So we'll go ahead and do that. For now, we'll just go ahead and add 1 node to it. So we've added that node. Go ahead and click Next. We'll keep the defaults for now. So the first step is that it creates a temporary volume and then begins to copy data over to that volume from the other system. So we can see that's done, and it'll begin moving data over for us. And what's interesting is that this volume is still available to us while this copy is happening. So here's, again, Gridstore 2. We're expanding it. You can see that it's making the new volume there. And I'll minimize that. And there's our volume that we can see is being created, and we will copy to it. Just copy this and paste. So you can see we still access the volume and do all the different things we need to do. So working really good from that perspective. We'll switch back to our other project here. So it'll take a little bit to move all this data over. We'll tune back in here in a little bit when the new volume is accessible to us. Okay, we're back. As you can see, the Gridstore 2 has completed its expansion, and you can see now that we have 5 nodes in the system. So we've expanded our potential capacity as well as performance. We'll go through and add one more node. We'll add GS6 to it. So now we have all the potential nodes available to us in the system. The other thing we'll do here is we will go ahead and improve the RAID protection level. In our next video, we will get into some details on some of the availability and redundancy capabilities within the Gridstore solution. But for this one, let's just go ahead and do 2 nodes. We'll keep everything else the same. So as before, it creates a temp volume and starts to create a copy of everything. So we'll just let that start. Okay, and we're back. You can see now we're going to start moving our volume data again, so very similar to the last time. So again, working very, very well. The copy will happen, and we'll go through this process again. We'll tune back in one more time to make sure that the copy worked correctly and we have our redundancy. And we're back, and you can see that the volume expansion worked again. And so we're good to go there. And so now if we go into Gridstore 2, you can see that we have all 6 nodes available to this one as well. And you can see that the RAID protection level has moved up to 2 instead of, if we look at the other ones, where it's just 1. So that sets us up very nicely for our next test drive that we hope you'll tune in for, where we really start to delve deep on some of the redundancy, availability, and data protection capabilities of the Gridstore Scale-out NAS. For now, though, I am George Crump with Storage Switzerland, thanking you for tuning in. Please stay tuned for additional test drives and videos, and have a great day.